Oh my
too.
God,
And
they're doing it again.
they're doing it again. Rain sticking with their 5 destroyer lineup. I mean, hey, if it works, why change it? Let's see if Air has the answer. Zath, talk to me about the Rain lineup here in green.
So one thing that's changed in the Rain lineup, Malamu and Teshub Zhao with unique upgrade instead of Hindenburg.
Deciding he wants to be a little more stealthy this game.
Yes. Error to the south, needing to win this game to tie up the match and go to game 3, has Razy in a daring now, and Havoc is once again in that unique upgrade Holland, backed by Barkon's Castilla with reload, Rightfully's Halunlu with unique upgrade. Y Greek is now in a Moskva with reload. Just GT is now in the Zhao with a unique upgrade as well. And then finally, we have Kayenya in a Kremlin with your typical tanky tank build.
Gotta say, Zath, I'm a little surprised to see Air still fielding a battleship after what they just went through.
Well, yes and no. I mean, if you think they're going to be doing that again, you would probably want to take more anti-destroyer cruisers, right? So, so what are those? Austin, maybe Colbert, Des Moines.
Any number of light cruisers might fill the bill. Wushta would be a decent pick, possibly. Yeah, I mean, Minotaur's on the ban list. We could be talking about Brisbane, though. Brisbane would be a valid choice. Definitely options.
Yep.
Definitely options. I would argue that Zhao might function in that role. Zhao, Zhao's shell groupings and how hard that Japanese HE punishes destroyers is notable. But Guess's position is not going to be able to receive this crazy destroyer wolf pack. These guys are going all the way to the 9-10 line. I've got a crisp $5 bill, Zath, that says Razy's going to be our first casualty of the game.
Only 5, huh? Okay.
I don't know. You want me to? I mean, I'll make it 10 if you want, but I feel pretty confident in making this prediction.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen. Moskva is a good choice too with its radar and everything and the rail guns, but
Moskva's reload kind of works against you.
It's almost like you're better off fighting fire with fire, right? If they're going to take hulls, then take a bunch of Marceaus or something. Just things that, like, anti-destroyer destroyers.
Well, and the French destroyers would be a decent pick as well because they have that crazy saturation, right? The crazy French saturation rules mean that they can hang in fights longer against things that are firing, larger caliber guns. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think seeing that last game, Battleship is not going to be effective. Traditional gameplay is not effective. This is very much move around, get a pick as quickly as possible, burst things down.
Daring about to be spotted on the surface and locked up on Sheep's Hydro. It'll happen here in about 2 or 3 seconds. They know he's here because the torpedoes are clearly spotted behind Sheep on Hydro. There we go. And so now the pain can begin because the hulls weren't detected until they opened fire.
Nice AP salvo from the Castilla.
I saw that. One of the hulls I think was on AP.
Actually, I think
you're talking about the AP off the Castilla. Oh, they're beating Sheep up mercilessly.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. So
well done.
Castilla switched to HE, Barkon switched to HE, and I think that was Kayenya's Kremlin salvo that came in first. Either way, nice job beating up the Z-52. Absolutely the linchpin of that pairing.
Look at this, Zath. Kremlin still takes a hull torpedo. Right in the stern.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. They got Sheep lit on fire in here. Okay, he put it out. I was going to say or it went out. Down to 1,500 points is Sheep.
I love this look. Look at what Error is doing with their 2 cruisers, though. Just walking into A.
They're
like,
just like,
they're like, you're not over here.
Yeah, you can look at this match. You're like, yep, these teams definitely know each other. Yeah, I feel like the Kremlin is just such a liability in this matchup, Zath. For a a 20-point battleship. I just don't know they're going to get a ton of value out of it. Now, the one thing it does do is that if Dastard ever makes the mistake of getting spotted at the wrong time, Kremlin can punish him. So we'll see how that shakes out. Malamu now caught between a Zhao, a Moskva, and a Howden Liu over here on the 2 line.
I love the entrapment here. This is great.
Yes, I'm a big fan of this. Is the kind of play that Air needs to make. If Rain's going to put all of their money in on this 9-10 push, Air needs to answer them on the other side of the board, and they're absolutely doing it here.
As a matter of fact, Dastard is being rotated back to deal with that. Y Greek might take a torpedo?
No.
No, he's okay.
He's good. He saw those coming. His hydro was up. Or no, the Howden Liu's hydro was up. Those were spotted.
Yeah.
Well,
Zal goes dark for a little bit.
Wolfpack was beaten up, and now we got some torpedoes coming in. John's going to take one of these. No, right under the stern. I could have sworn he was going to take one of those. Everybody else is going to sneak ahead of them. But now Rain trying for an entrapment play of their own. Gangbarang's Ragnar just racing back towards the A-cap. They've changed their pick target to Gateau here, trying to get shells on him, and they do get him for a good hit there.
They could see him. Yeah, they can't see Malamu.
Yep.
So, interestingly enough, I don't think that Air has realized that Rain has pulled off their Wolfpack. They're set to receive a push that's not going to happen down to the south.
Well, they have now. Shells coming in on Y Greek tell them exactly where Gangbarang is. Y Greek, is he going to make the full turn all the way around? Doesn't look like it. You can see the Ragnar now. Gets his stern turret downrange. They're trying to draw Air's eye line away. If they don't give them something else to shoot at, they will eventually bag the Zhao.
Yes. And I like how rightfully is going due north here, just trying to cut off any movement for the Del Near Zhao. But he's turning, and I think he's better off just going straight.
Yeah, but these hulls, the Z-52, the Destroyer Wolfpack is speed boosting back to the west as quickly as they can. They were all the way on the 10 line. They're already on the 7 line, headed back the other way. They know how easily they can burn down the Moskva with enough concentrated fire. They've got the Gateau. They've got Gateau's Delny lit now.
I think it's going to take too long for them to get this kill, though.
That's basically what Rain is counting on. Gateau going dark again. No, I'm sorry. He's still lit. The Holland is just keeping him lit. Malamu now finally opening up after processing a heal. Back over 30,000 HP. Gangbarang's Ragnar back on the A-cap. Yep.
Yeah.
Air with a lead. About 100 points or so, but they're not going to hold it very long. Their team is really, really hounding these guys. They're just trying to drive them into the core of the map. It's kind of similar to what we saw last weekend in that Hildebrand game with ZZHL and the Repub and everybody getting suckered into this corner.
Yep.
Dutch AP going downrange on Malamu, but it looks like it's a little astern of him.
He connected earlier. This time did not.
Yep. If they can bag Malamu, if they can bag both these ships, they'll be in a decent position to turn around and exert pressure back on the A-cap, but they have to get these kills. Like, their whole game hinges on getting these kills. They're going to get Malamu. There's one.
Yep, got Dutch ovened.
Now they have to bag this kill on Gateau.
Yep.
Who's doing a great job of juggling his speed and his health and his heals to just make a constant nuisance of himself up here.
I don't like that Just GT has already been pulled back. I think he'd be better served helping to get this kill on Gateau's Delny first. They're trying to take attention off of Y Greek's Moskva, but
they're trying to get Y Greek some breathing room here. As the hulls look like they're going to start in on Rightfully's Howden, which makes sense. He also burns brightly. In fact, they've all changed over to that Howden Liu at this point. They've got to get this Delny, who's literally now in the dead corner of the map, going nowhere. Gateau is essentially just trying to buy time. He's just like
Havoc even opening up now.
Yeah. Yep. The longer that Gateau lives, the more help he does his team. They will bag this kill.
Right.
Bam. 220-point lead and shrinking. But now Air's got to figure out how they're going to turn around and collapse on a very concentrated Rain team around the B cap.
You know what I don't understand, Raptor, is that the Kremlin Daring were originally heading mid, possibly to C, and then they just went back to B.
I feel like they would have done better to shove the Kremlin up the 5 line rather than go all the way up this channel on the 4 line. I think they should have they should have brought up the Kremlin right up this channel, right from B to A. He would have had brilliant shots at the incomparable.
Well, Just GT is showing side in the Zao.
Right now, they're taking the Kremlin shots are going out on one of the destroyers, which just feels awful.
Yeah.
They are going to be able to pick up C. So we're 2 minutes from an error win here in game 2. The extra cap pressure might help. Let's see if these guys can keep their ships alive for a while. Everybody over here is beat up. Y Greek, rightfully, guesses Zao, all in bad shape. They do back the Zao. Big kill.
Big kill.
And they've got now they've got the Holland on radar. He tripped Gangbarang's 7.5 kilometer radar. This could be a quick kill for them as well.
It will be.
Yep, a couple more salvos.
Shots.
Just like that, the lead flips back for a moment. 6 points and growing here is the lead for Air, but they are tied on ships now. Gangbarang reversing as the Kremlin salvo falls in, but they apparently didn't realize he was reversing or something.
Ooh, big hit there though.
Probably Moskva HE? Hard to say.
Rightfully along the border, here comes Dastard's AP from the Incomparable. And it connects.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, and they're going to bag Y Greek as well. Air sold everything on bagging these 2 kills in the corner of the map. They did it, but then got these ships trapped, unfortunately. Razy's going to step onto A. Oh, Zach.
It doesn't make sense to me. What?
Check out what's happening at A. This game is going to be very, very close. Razy's now caught by the Z Hydro. The Z having to smoke. If they can bag sheep, that could be a massive kill.
I don't think they're going to.
No, because
Razy's already turning away.
Razy should have been firing, just blind firing in the smoke. Why would you not? Why wouldn't the Castilla just do it? You know how low he is. You know who's in that smoke. Maybe they don't know quite how low he is. That's fair.
What the problem with this game though was Rain did a far better job of kiting away and not dying. For whatever reason, Error didn't get the kill secured. They focused on something else. What are we going to do next? And they had to keep their eye on the ball.
It's not over yet. We're still 40 seconds from a win for Rain. There is still plenty of time for them to shove somebody onto this A cap. Razy's trying to get turned around to make it happen. 28 seconds now as they're trying to focus out the Kremlin.
Yeah, they'll change to Razy, though, as soon as he gets visible.
Well, he won't be visible. They're protecting Sheep by pulling him off the cap. And once... But here's the trick. If they focus out the Kremlin, if the Kremlin dies, the game's over.
Yep.
So Rain at 991. They need a single kill to end this game. They know that if they can keep Sheep on the board, they'll be fine.
Big hit on Dungeon.
Big hit on Dungeon. He's going to have to stop firing, I think. Well, no. He's healing. Let's see what happens. Stern turret's going out. 29,000 HP and falling. Air's entire game is in this bank of health that the Kremlin has right now. If the Kremlin, as long as the Kremlin lives, they're in the game. If they can bag a kill, they might end the game right now. They got to hold up
for 17 seconds. 17 seconds.
And now, Razy trying to get in on the action here.
Nope, not enough.
It doesn't happen. Rain able to focus it out. That's a hell of a game, Zath.
Yep, and that puts Rain up 2-0. We have a sweep.
So, let's go back for a minute, and you and I were talking about them shoving the Kremlin up the 5 line rather than going all the way to the 4 line. Here's why I think that was, I won't call it a game-losing play, but we'll call it a very, very a very impactful play, a very impactful decision. Where the Kremlin ended his life was on the far western edge of that cap, the A cap. If he's farther east, if he goes up the 5 line to make that move, now he's got a little bit of island cover. You have depending on how you manage him in that gap, you have the possibility of pulling him back if you need to. He's got cover. He's got places he can go to duck out of detection. He had none of that where he was.